Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Indian Racing League. This is round 2 of season 6, and we are in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia for the Division 1 race. And joining me in the comms box, just like last week, is Easy Level Bot or Gaurav. Gaurav, how are you doing?
Hi, Manav. I'm doing very well tonight. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good. Still fighting my cough, so apologies to the viewers who are going to hear me in a slightly different voice tonight as well. But what a track we have for the next 90 minutes, Gaurav. How do you like this track? And just take us through your race yesterday as well.
Well, to be honest, I love this track, and on the contrary, I had a very disappointing and eventful race. Not the best of start to the campaign this season, but yeah, I'm still optimistic and looking to bounce back. 9 more races to go. But yeah, coming back to this tier one, I think it's as much as I think it's the second toughest track I'd like to, in my opinion, after Monaco, with the walls so close. But yeah, I just love to drive my way around here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is officially, I think, the fastest street circuit on the calendar. And yeah, if walls in close proximity, overtaking is possible, but it is a very narrow track nonetheless, especially while you're going side by side. So the drivers have to be careful. And I expect a couple of crashes here tonight for sure, Gaurav. Even though we are witnessing the Premier Division in the league, but still the nature of the track is such and the competitive nature of the drivers in this division is such that we might see an incident or two.
Absolutely, I think no room for forgiveness here, apart from just a few runoff areas. And as you said, drivers like tens or hundreds would be separating these drivers, and just the slightest of contact can get you right straight through the wall. And talking about this circuit as well, I remember reading somewhere where when the owners or the investors of this circuit, when it was being designed, they wanted it to be the fastest street circuit in the F1 calendar, and I think they've delivered on point there.
Yeah, it is the fastest street circuit on the calendar, probably even the longest if I'm not sure. But yeah, nonetheless, that is great to
Yeah,
see.
almost I
And
think 70-75% on throttle, full throttle.
yeah, that says a lot. 75% plus of the lap being taken on throttle. I think is Monza the only other track where, and probably Silverstone, where you go on throttle for majority of the lap. So that should tell you
Oh yeah,
something about the
Monza
setups
that
as
is
well.
there.
Yeah, that should tell you something about the setup as well.
Oh yeah, I'm
People,
super intrigued to see what the drivers do. Do they try to put a setup which is good for Sector 1 or the S's around South Jet this circuit, or do they go more for straight line speed around Sector 2 and Sector 3? Meanwhile, Epic Buggers has already put in a lap.
he has gone P1 with a 28.0. Khusrav just sitting in behind. On the mediums he is with a 29.1, and Vyom, his brother, is 29.6. So 3 lap times on the board right now, and we have had 3 retirements already. That's Quick Killer, Tanishq, who are both serving quali laps, and Noob Shan, who has decided that he wants to start the race from the back of the grid as well. Kavudi has gone P4 with a 30.3. That should be challenged, I'm sure, and Shadow Sword goes P3 there. Is anyone
Interesting, I
starting a
mean,
lap, Gaurav? We can
for
probably pick
top
someone.
five. Just a minute. Let me see who is. There's an Alpine crossing? Is it?
I think I'm on board with Sumer here. Sumer on the mediums. So let's see how this lap unfolds. There's a car in front of him, and well, let's see what happens. Noah, you can probably race. I'm not sure. Just ping Caesar and see if you can jump into the Haas. But I wouldn't be very sure that you can probably start from the back in that case. But watching Not Somer absolutely throw his car around in sector 2, and that is a very good section of corners he has taken there. He has The very high speed chicane to master now between the two back straights as Kavuri has retired, and that seems to be not in the pits, so that's a retirement which has happened somewhere, might have crashed, and one more corner to
That's
go.
where the Sume crossed that. I think it's at the exit of that, just before the DRS zone. You're looking to go full throttle. He might just have taken a bit of curb there. Lost his car.
Right,
Right
Ashwin
hander.
Lakhwani 28.1, so that's a good lap time. Sumer goes P3 with a 28.6.
It's very interesting to see a lot of drivers on mediums on their first stint.
Yeah, mediums for their first qualifying laps at least. Let's see if they continue to be on those mediums or they finally switch for a set of softs. So that will be interesting to see. Where is Caesar meanwhile? I don't see Caesar's in the pits. Everyone else is in the pits. Oh, who was that?
Oh,
Ashwin Lakhwani. Oh, that was on the track. Is
oh,
V6
he's
going for
just
another
getting.
run? You know what? I think he might be here. We'll know soon enough when he crosses the split for sector 2.
Ethan is.
Yeah, Ethan is on a lap as well. Is he towards? Is in? I think he's in the first sector still. But what
Yep.
is we fixed up to? We'll know soon enough. He is absolutely more or less alone on the in this part of the track, so he will have no distractions as he powers his Ferrari through the back straight and now through the final corner, brushing the wall just about at the apex. And is he coming in? Yes, he is. Let's see what Ethan does. He had a bit of a slide, Ethan, in that Alpha Tauri coming out of the final corner, but he is going to complete his lap and running out of battery as we've seen with a lot of other drivers. P3, that is a good lap time from Ethan, and HVP as well. P4 for him on the softs. And Azun is on an
Yep.
outlap. What am I seeing here? Azun on an outlap. Where did this come from? Is he finally, now that
Probably.
he has a race win in Division 1 under his belt, is he finally going to put a lap time in? I want to see this if this happens. This will be
Probably
interesting.
wants to otherwise get a taste of the circuit.
Yeah, but it is very, very weird for Zoom to be on the track. But you know what? Let's do this. Let's stay with Hushrav here. I think he's preparing his tires for another lap. And Gaurav, do you want to take us through this lap? Because this could be one of the laps which could be, right up there in contention for pole position.
Right. So coming up to turn one, I think just taking. You just need to take the inside. You can cut the curve as much as you can. Takes it beautifully. Oh, he's getting obstruction, so people are just out, leaving the line there for him. Another curve that you can cut completely, which he does it beautifully, but just runs a little bit wide there, probably a hundredth lost. Takes the S's, half throttle, just needs to downshift to take the S's, not invalidating his lap. I think just being a little more cautious over here on his first soft run. Becomes just a slight gentlest of braking, keeping him close to the wall. Oh, probably loses it a bit on there. And just kisses the wall over there. Probably still going through. I think he would still look to find a lot more tense on that lap in his next run. Meanwhile, going down full throttle here. Looks like he's running slightly lesser downforce than the others, or I'm not sure. Gets a decent exit from for the next. It's very important to get a good exit here because this is where you need all your straight line speed. So taking the inside, sticking the car to the left, making sure he gets a good exit, keeps the shortest line down to the finish straight, and let's see. Oh, that's a pole. I think that's probably it's probably my internet that is just shaking shaking Ushav's car a bit. I think that was a mega lap from him to get on pole. Malav, are you with me? I'm not sure. Can you hear me?
Yes, I could hear you. Unfortunately, I was coughing, so I had muted myself. But what a lap from Hushrav, and Azun has invalidated his lap time. Sumer has just started his, and Epic Brothers is going even faster. So, you know what? I think Epic Brothers could be one of those people in the 27s on this run. So, let's keep an eye out on him. He has one corner to go, and let's see what he does. VFix and Sumer also on a lap. So is Caesar. So that will be interesting to see where Caesar puts his car. Remember, Ferraris were P1 and P3 in the last qualifying session in Russia. Epic Brothers across the line, 27.7. Wow, what a lap. We are really seeing very, very fast times here. Sumer has gone faster, 6 tenths faster. So this is also might be dipping into the 27s, but he needs to have an absolutely mega last sector to be near the time from Epic Brothers.
I'm going to bet on him gaining a second on his lap and going for that 27.6 there. So let's see what he does when he comes down to the line.
See what it does. Across the line goes. Oh, that's so close. 100 between the two of them. Not somewhere in P2. Wow. VFX. Let's see what he does. He is the next one to cross the line. There's a Mercedes also. I think that's SSN who's going to cross the line first. But VFX across the line goes P1. 27.716, wow. 6 tenths clear of Epic Brothers. VFX once again puts his car. Provisional for HVP goes faster. HVP. Wow. These are some really fast times. And Caesar.
HVP, the first one to get into the 27.6.
Yeah, 27.6. That is a very fast time from HVP. This is the HVP we have all known since season 4. And where he became the champion for D2. Let's see what Caesar does. The track is clear, more or less, in front of him.
Fine. Epic Brothers is probably going to come back to the pitch.
He is, and Caesar has put a second purple sector.
Probably, Shadow Sword slows down, I think. He gives way for Caesar, I believe.
Yeah, and Azun has retired. I'm not sure that if that's in the pits. But Caesar, almost Verstappen did Caesar. I saw his car sliding around a bit, but he's going to complete the lap, and let's see what he does. P1, my God, Caesar is back. 27.630. That has been a brilliant qualifying session so far, and still 5 minutes to go, Gaurav.
Yep.
It seems like we have been doing this forever. What is Ethan up to?
Ethan's probably prepping himself for his next lap, is it?
It seems like he is
probably starting his lap.
But it doesn't show that he's on an out lap, so
all the drivers probably out in the pits and seeing their times and seeing what they need to do against their rivals. How do they need to strategize their way ahead? Because I mean, there's always a chance for a safety car. I'm not sure. Are you able to reserve another set for the race, right? If you are able to save a set of swords.
Yeah. You can reserve a set for the race if there's a late safety car.
Might just come in handy for these drivers.
Absolutely. Let's go on board with Ashwin Lakhwani, who is a little bit out of the sync with the rest of the field because he's one of the first person who is going to go for what seems like his final run of this qualifying session, and through the first couple of corners is throwing his car around, and I think he has already lost it. Yeah, he has backed out. So good that he has gone.
Had the best of starts this season, is it, in both the divisions?
Yeah, it's not been a great start for McLaren in both the divisions. Ashwin, very HUP is retired, so he's happy with his P2 right now, although that might be challenged. But yeah, Ashwin could not join the session in Russia. Thankfully, he's here with us tonight, but his teammate Sonic Hawk has not been able to join. So McLaren's not having a good weekend overall. And let's see what URL Ethan can do now. He is vying for a good position, and there you go. He's in P6, but with 2 laps under this for the same set of tires. So that might hurt him just a little bit. All the tire wear, I'm assuming Gaurav is not very high on this track. I think he should be fine.
Yep. Yep, I think it's a straightforward medium to soft or soft to medium here, and tire burning or degradation is not really something the drivers have to worry about a lot here. But yeah, I mean, looking at how narrow this circuit is, you always want to keep a set of fresh tires to, probably pounce on that safety car opportunity.
Oh, he has invalidated his lap, Ashwin. And well, does he have enough fuel for one more lap? Is my question. I think Vyom has just started his lap, and Vyom, remember, took pole yesterday in D2. So he is not a slow driver by any means. He's being asked to reserve in Division 1 tonight to test his mettle against the faster drivers. And let's see what he can do. He's in P11 right now, out qualifying the likes of Jin. And thinking Nate is yet to put a lap time, so we would never know. But let's see what Vyom can do in his Alpine. Sector 1, he is up by 2 and a bit
Two
tenths.
and a
Yeah.
half tenths already.
Yeah, further behind or further up, I should say, Sumer, and where is Sumer? Well, Sumer has invalidated, so he'll have to
Invalidated
go
his lap.
again. But Epic Brothers has not, and Epic Brothers is going faster by 3 tenths, so he is going to improve if he keeps his advantage. We'll go back to Vyom and see what he does in Sector 2. Ashwin Lakhwani goes well out of the way. Vyom up by 4 tenths, so this will be an improvement in position for him. How much improvement that is, we'll know in a few seconds. There's an Alpha Tauri. I think that's Jin who is starting his hot lap. So let's see what Vyom does. He will have time to put in another lap time if he has the tires and the fuel for it. And Vyom coming across the line in his first qualifying session for Division 1, and he goes P10. That's a respectable time. Ashwin in the
Indeed,
pits. What does Epic Brothers do here now? Oh, he has backed out as well, so he might have made a mistake somewhere. Epic Brothers has backed out. Is anyone going to challenge Caesar tonight? I think Sumer will start his lap, so Sumer is on a lap. Caesar is behind him. Where is Hushraf? I think
Hushraf
Hushraf,
is in the second sector, just taking
but
at
he's
the
down.
exit
He's
of the
down on his
sector.
time. He's down on by 2 tenths. That is. So Hushraf not showing the pace which he usually does. So I don't think it's going to be anywhere near that pole for Hushraf tonight.
Meanwhile, Shadow Sword is just engaging the last corner.
Yeah, he is right behind Hushraf. Hushraf goes P8. That's a little bit disappointment for him. Can Shadow Sword improve on his
Shadow
time? He
Sword.
does.
P4,
P4
wow.
for Shadow Sword. Wow,
Great
that's a
lap
good
from him.
time. Where is Caesar? Okay, first where is Jin? Jin across the line.
But
Remains
I think he's
P12.
just starting his lap probably.
Okay, probably. Sumer is up on his time, but not by much. He might have just done enough to overtake Shadow Sword. Remains to be seen.
It's all about the final
Across the
corner, the
line.
exit. What does he do?
And what an
gets
exit he
a
has
10th
got.
up and front row
P2 for him.
Sumer.
So Caesar has... Caesar... Oh, both Ferraris
Gone
coming
back
in.
into the pit.
VFX and Caesar both in the pits. I thought they were slipstreaming each other for a while. Epic Brothers goes faster, but then does not improve his position. That's P6 for him. And I think that's the grid. Caesar and not Sumer on pole once again. HEP got P3 and all that. VFX in P4. So it's a Ferrari, but a different Ferrari on pole once again. And Sumer lining up on the front row. It's a short run down to that first turn. It could be chaotic. Right, so that's the grid in front of you. Caesar and not Sumer on the front row. HEP starting P3 once again. VFX in P4. Shadows HEP I think started P4 last time. Shadow Sword in P5. That's a good starting position for Ferraris and Williams. Both Epic Brothers in P6. Ethan in AlphaTauri in P7. Hushrav, that's a slightly disappointing qualifying for him in P8. Ashwin in P9 and Vyom rounds up the top 10. SSN, Jin, Kavudi, Thinking Nate, and a few other drivers who did not set qualifying times outside of the top 10 and will have tire choice. So Gaurav, how
So
was that
10
qualifying session for
separating the
you?
top four. Yeah, I think I just enjoyed the qualifying session thoroughly. It's so difficult. I was just thinking in my head what's it's going to be like in the race. I mean, and getting 25 consistent laps on this track, I mean, demands a lot of concentration, and it's at the end of the day, which driver, not just the pace, but which driver consistently and with his maximum concentration pulls out those laps.
Yeah, concentration is key here because the walls are so close, so you don't want to lose your front wing on a track like this. But we'll see soon enough whether how people navigate the first few corners of the first lap of this race. Should be a dry race as it is in Middle East. I don't think there's any chance of rain as such. And let's see tire choices on the formation lap. Right, so everyone in
Whoa.
everyone on the mediums outside of the top 10. That is interesting to see.
Yep.
And
And SSN with the strategic pole, I think he's in a good position. We know he's got the pace as well.
yeah,
Who are
strategic
your
goal
top
for
three, Malav?
right. I think Caesar will probably finish this race this time around. So I'll go with Caesar, Sumer, and VFX, the usual suspects. But let's not count out the likes of Ashwin Lakhwani or Hushrav, or even Azun for that matter. You know what madness he did last time around in Russia. So there's the legendary Mercedes, the Black Arrow or the Silver Arrow, and yeah, so it could be anyone. Division One is capable of throwing some surprise podiums, but yeah, I would go with Caesar,
Indeed.
Sumer, and VFix. I'm going a little bit safe here tonight, but yeah, knowing Jeddah, I am very well. I'll be proven wrong here.
I'm gonna go with Caesar, Shadow on the podium, and let's see, McLaren to have a good race, to have a good comeback in this form. Ashwin,
Right,
let's go.
Shadow is being backed by Nova as well in the comments. So let's hope that Williams driver can deliver a good race. I think he is due a good race anyway. So let's see. Nova saying Caesar will probably crash once again. Let's see. Last time it took him what 11, 12 laps to put the car in the wall. This time there is no dearth of walls on this track, so he will have plenty of opportunities, I'm sure, to do that. But for his sake, let's hope he doesn't and provides us with a good race for the next 25 laps. So the cars are now lining up on the grid. It has been a decent formation lap, no disqualifications, always good to see. Let's work for stewards, and I think Noob Shan will be the last person to line up on the grid. In fact, there is Quick Killer who's behind him even. So it's Quick Killer. So both the Red Bulls will be the cause of the front runners to wait a little bit longer before they can get going. But yeah, 18 drivers should be a good race. Right, the strategy is on your screen. I don't think anyone is going to try for their medium tires unless they are forced to by a safety car or a damage or anything. But let's see. We are still not going, and now we are. And let's see what the top three can do. It's 5 lights out, and we're underway. It's a good start from Caesar. Sumer has got a decent start as well. So has HVP. Can VFix take HVP for P3? I think he has just about done that. VFix round the outside of HVP, and that is him into P3 already. He gets the position. Shadow Sword into P4. Epic Brothers into P5. Followed by Ethan and Hushra. Bashir Lakwani is in P9. And Jin. Oh, something happened to SSN there. What happened to SSN? He is losing some position. I think he has damaged Kavudi and Quick Killer going side by side. Quick Killer just about holding his line. Azun has had an incident, it seems like. He's in P17. Not picking a lot of
SSN
places,
doesn't have an
hopeful.
end plate, I think.
Oh, that's unfortunate for him. So he was on
No, no, no,
strategic
no, no,
pole.
no, no. I think he does, I think. Sorry, my bad. He
Right,
just
no
made a
harm
move
done.
on Kavuri.
Up ahead, Caesar has maintained his lead, but Somer is hot on his heels, and VFix is hot on his heels as well. But he's being challenged by HUP, so HUP is not letting the front three get away, and he is going to race them all through the last straight. Let's see what Sumer can do. He is very close here on Caesar. This should be interesting. Jin and Ashwin Lakhwani have exchanged. Oh, Ashwin Lakhwani is losing more positions there to Quick Killer as well now. So, not sure what's going. Oh, Ashwin Lakhwani losing one more to SSN. Not sure what is happening to him. Can Sumer get Caesar here because he will be under attack from VFix? I don't think VFix is using his battery, so he will stay behind for now. And yeah, that's exactly what it does. Status quo at the end of lap 1 for the top 2. Ashwin in the pits, so is Kavodi, so McLaren's Gaurav not having a good weekend further yet again. That's unfortunate for Ashwin.
Yeah.
He has pitted on a set of mediums, and so has Kavodi, so both will filter out in P17 and P18. Thankfully, we have not lost anyone so far in this race, and that is good to see. But Hushraf is absolutely pushing Ethan through some of these corners, and I wonder if he's going to go for a dive bomb. No, he does not, but tries to take a different line through that banked corner, and I don't think it has really worked out for him.
Yeah, but it's very difficult to get the exit out there, and because you're going wide, so you're covering a more distance, so it doesn't really work out unless you're just wheel to wheel with the other car.
Right, Sumer is in a bit of a Ferrari sandwich right now, and he might be in more trouble as VFix is absolutely on his gearbox. Caesar has extended his gap to a little bit more, but Sumer is still getting a very, very healthy slipstream behind. Thinking Nate has lost a position to Noob Shan, and Thinking Nate is retired now. Is that going to be any kind of a safety car? There is, it's a safety car, and it helps Ashwin Lakhwani and Kavodi, and just like that, the cars have to slow down. That was quite dramatic, the way the speed dropped for everyone there, and that really, really helps the likes of Ashwin and Kavodi to close up to the back of the field. But wow, that was a bit of a hectic first 2 laps for the front, but yeah, really good racing. And how crucial was that move, Gaurav, for VFix to get past HVP here?
Yeah, I think it was very important because HVP would have still, he knows he would not want to get into a battle and hold his position, so he could have VFix would have lost a lot of time behind HVP had he not made that turn 1 move. So it works out very well. So top 3 showing a very similar pace. So I think we're really poised to see how that strategy works out. Who throws the dice when.
Right. Speaking of the first few laps, this is how the positions have changed. VFix gaining 1, HVP losing 1, and Quick Killer, what a start from him. And remember Russia, where he gained, what was it, 9 positions or something at the end of lap 1. This time he has gained 5. His teammate Noobshan has gained 4. Tanish, by the way, has pitted, so he's the only one on the hard tires, so we'll keep an eye out on him as well. And Ashwin Lakhwani losing 6 positions because of, I'm assuming, which was wing damage, and he had to pit. Kavodi losing 4 positions after retiring in qualifying as well. So it's not been a great outing for those two so far, but the race is long.
Midfield,
and
like, for it has not changed at all, so I think had pretty even starts down there.
Yeah, you're right.
Because
From
the drivers
P5
would
to
not want to be really aggressive on the initial laps and try to get that as well.
yeah, and the
More
field
important to
has
save their wing.
the field has bunched up. So I won't really be surprised if the safety car is coming in this lap, but it seems like it's not, and we'll have to
Not
go.
sure it would. Yeah, but you never know about this game just before the
Yeah, it does that
entry of the
sometimes,
pit lane, it'll
yes.
say in this lap, and it's done that in Jeddah. I think there was one of the races, one open lobby races that I was doing suddenly, and
Right, it is definitely staying out. So,
Yeah,
oh, what's happening further
thank God for that.
behind Shadow Sword and Epic Brothers? I think they have sorted themselves now. So, one more lap under the safety car, one more lap to for the drivers to appreciate this time of the day where, well, the time of the night rather. But what a beautiful setting this is, and I think it particularly helps the soft runners because they can extend their stints, they can protect their tires better, and put on a set of mediums later on. I think conversely, it might help the medium runners as well because that's more lap on the mediums, which means slightly a lap or two lesser on the softs, which will make them even more competitive come the end of the race.
Absolutely, I think they'll be happy that the safety car comes out right now than in the middle of the race because that's the worst of the times for the medium runners.
Yeah, if it
Anyway,
comes out
I'll
around
just
lap
be right
8,
back,
lap 9,
Manav.
then. Well, sorry?
I'll just be right back.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah, 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 sure,
nature's
sure.
call.
No, that's fine, that's fine. Right, so 19 people watching the stream right now. So, except for Noah, I think it would be good if we hear from others as well. In terms of who do you think is going to finish in the top three, you can see the order right now, which was my prediction, but that was at the end of lap 25. We are still in lap 4, so plenty of laps to go. So, get your predictions in terms of who do you think is going to finish in the podium position. The safety car is in this lap. That's a message from race control. So we will be going racing very soon. Sumer still in a Ferrari sandwich like he was in Russia, but that did not last long in terms of the sandwich itself. But let's see how Caesar navigates this safety car restart. You can see the beautiful shot of that last corner. I absolutely love this shot. And guys, yes, gone. I think Caesar has gone. Yeah, there you go. He has gone, and he has, I think, might have just left Sumer napping here, and Caesar using his battery to good effect. Can HEP do anything on VFX? No, not really.
Brilliant
And
start from Caesar. 7 tenths
yeah,
gap already.
caught
To
Sumer
turn
napping
one.
more or less. Kavudi and
Sumer
Tanishq.
is now coming back.
Yeah, Kavodi and Tanishq are fighting, and oh, there's more battling because Ashwin has overtaken Noobshan here. So that's Ashwin making up places into P14. Let's see what this top battle is for. Hushro still behind Ethan and not able to overtake. But Epic Brothers on the back of Shadow Sword. Is he going to go for a dive bomb? No, he is not. Sticks behind for now. And that is some good sensible racing. Caesar still with a 7 tenths gap. Sumer with a 7 tenths gap as well. So after the safety car restart, it is taking some time back. Oh, that is HUP who has disconnected, it seems like. Yes, HUP has disconnected and he's losing a position to a Shadow Sword Epic Brothers. HUP has left the session, it seems, and he is having his connection issues once again. That is very unfortunate. There's an X in front of him and he is losing so many positions now. Not Sumer within 3 tenths of Caesar. So did Caesar make a mistake somewhere? I'm not sure. Epic Brothers and Shadow Sword going side by side. Hushraf is behind them. And oh, it's actually that's Ethan who's behind them. And let's see what everyone does now. Ethan is trying to get a move done on Shadow Sword. Can he get Epic Brothers as well? Is he going to go for 2 people there? No, he does not, but he just about breaks in time. Oh, that Shadow Sword running into the back of him, and I think that might be wing damage for the Williams driver. HP losing more positions because of his disconnection. And well, there you go, Epic Brothers.
Shadow doesn't have an end plate, side plate.
Yeah, no end plate. I see an end plate for Shadow.
Or you do? I think, oh, that's probably the angle again that's got me napping.
It seems like, yeah, it seems like, yeah, but definitely there was contact between him and the rear of Epic Brothers car. So, not sure, but either ways, Shadow is in P6. Ashwin making more moves, and this time he's got him past SSN. So Ashwin really determined to make it work. But who is more determined? Sumer and Caesar going side by side through the back straight, and that is Sumer into the lead. What does VFix do now? Does he attack his teammate? Do the Ferrari have a master plan? Because that Williams looks very, very fast here. What does VFix and Caesar do now? This will be interesting to see.
Yeah, indeed. I think Sume would be calling out for a teammate support here, but I think he's just taken this task head on and just pushing full throttle to take the Ferraris. So it's just going to be an interesting few laps to see what happens.
Here is Hushrav. Can he make a move on Shadow Sword? He's going to go down the inside. Is Shadow Sword going to give him the space? Just about cuts him off. But can Hushrav get him on the exit? No is the answer, and Shadow Sword stays ahead. This is some good racing we have seen from Shadow Sword, and despite that contact...
And also came together. Good racing from them.
Right, so Nubshan stays in P15, Tanish stays in P16, and P17 is HUP, who has finally been able to join. And can Ashwin make another move? Done. I think this is where he overtook SSN. He's trying to go the wrong way around, but he's going to go for a switchback. What a lovely move that will be from Ashwin, but it's still not completed. I've lost all the intervals on my screen. But Ashwin Lakhwani, man on a mission.
A mission, indeed. You stole the words from my mouth, my love.
That is some really good racing from him. I think he'll have to stay behind at least on this particular straight, but after that is when he will make his move. Caesar and VFX, by the way, that's a switch of positions for the Ferraris. Not sure if that was team orders, but VFX definitely determined. Hushrav overtakes Shadow Sword, and at the same time Ashwin is almost making a move on... Oh, Hushrav loses more positions now, and oh, what happened there to Quick Killer? Not sure what happened there, but Quick Killer losing positions.
It's a four-way battle down into turn 1.
This is going to end in tears as
Ashwin coming out on top, making his move complete.
Yeah, Ashwin has made his move. SSN and Quick Killer still battling, but Quick Killer just about staying ahead. Now VFix is within 6 tenths. 8 tenths make that, or not Sumer. So the two drivers who were fighting at the front
are on a battle of their own in the bottom places, trying to crawl up their positions.
Indeed, and SSN is coming under attack from Kavudi. Kavudi stays behind for one more lap, or at least a few more corners. But SSN is under tremendous pressure. Can Kavudi go for a switchback? I don't think it's going to work out, at least on this instance. And let's see what Kavudi can. Look at how close he was in his diffuser, and he will have to be careful here because Azun is also right behind this pack. So any mistake which any of these drivers make, Azun will be there to capitalize, as he has been on so many occasions. Caesar dropping off a little bit, and you can see that now he is almost out of DRS range of his teammates. Well, he has crawled up a few tenths, and few crucial tenths, I must say. But Hushrav once again on the back of Shadow Sword. I think this is going to be an easy move for the Haas driver.
Yeah. Sticks on the inside.
Oh, can Vyom make it through? Can Vyom make it through? It will be a double overtake by the brothers and Shadow Sword in one straight, losing 2 positions. He's still going side by side with... No, he's not. Vyom is up into P7. Wow, they made that work beautifully.
I'm not sure if Shadow was expecting a move from Vyom. That probably came up as a surprise for him, was it?
Yeah, I think that came as a surprise for sure. Caught him napping, you're right. Quick Killer gets a penalty, and I think it is time to see what the top 2 are doing. I don't think VFX is particularly interested in going for a move right now. I think he's just hanging back, just tagging Caesar along and saving ERS, and let Sumer do all the hard work by punching the hole in the free air. But I think it will be interesting to see if he once again pulls the undercut.
Yep. Yeah, probably. I think Caesar looking to manage his tires probably because whichever Ferrari would be in front would go to the box first or trigger the undercut if Sumer doesn't. He might have to be careful of his tires as well, going probably a lap longer.
Yeah, we are on. They are on the main straight now, and remains to be seen if VFX is going to be close enough for a move. He is definitely closing on him, but is he going to go for a move? I think he just might be. He's not using his battery, but here goes down the inside is VFX. Let's hope they don't touch again. They do make contact, and almost making it through is Caesar, but VFX and Sumer still side by side. VFX is on the inside. He gives way to Sumer. VFX just about grazing the wall there, but keeps his car in one piece,
Very
does not
clean and
lose.
respectful racing, giving room to both of each other across those tricky set of corners. But lovely show of racing from all the drivers here.
Yeah, both drivers giving each other just about enough space. Sumer still in the lead for at least a few more corners, and further behind Kavudi has overtaken SSN for P11. Let's see what Kavudi can do. He is just 4 or 3 tenths away from Quick Killer, so Kavudi on the move. Let's see if he is able to make any kind of move here. But Epic Brothers on Caesar, is going to happen anytime soon here now? Look at Caesar coming under pressure. Despite the Ferraris being together, that does not make them indestructible. And here goes Epic Brothers. Now he will have DRS. Caesar will have DRS as well because of his teammate. Epic Brothers does not have a lot of battery left, so he'll have to manage this. And I think Caesar might just be okay because of the battery situation. Does Epic Brothers go for a dive bomb? No, he does not. It looked like Caesar picked a very different line than his teammate. Kavudi overtakes Quick Killer meanwhile, and here goes Epic Brothers. Sumer in the pits. He triggers the undercut. Caesar in the pits as well. Epic Brothers and VFX go on.
Okay, interesting. Now this is going to turn out. I mean, Ferrari are really playing the game very well here.
Yeah, and that looked so orchestrated from both the Ferraris. They knew that probably Sumer will be pitting. So whatever happens, they wanted to one of the Ferraris to pit, and that is exactly what has happened. Let's see what Quick Killer can do. Can he go past Kavudi here? Because he was very, very close and was almost pushing Kavudi through that corner. But it seems like he has to stay behind for a few more corners. He has to be careful here because SSN, who has just gone wide, almost ran into the back of Tanishq. And what a 5-car battle this is. Can Tanishq go for a move here? I think he's going to go for it. Down the inside on the bank corner, Tanishq makes a move on the inside. What a beautiful, lovely overtake that is. SSN will come back to fight him, but does he have enough overspeed or does he have to stay behind? I think he has to stay behind. And that is, I think, who was that? I think that was Tanishq, who was going a little bit deep into that corner. We'll keep an eye out on VFX, Gaurav, because VFX might be coming in at the end of this lap.
Yep, and what does Epic Brothers do? Does he follow VFix there or does he go for another lap? I think both of them follow each other into the pits.
Yeah, VFX and Epic Brothers both in the pits. Will stay with this battle because it is that juicy. And let's see. Oh, Hushraf! No! Hushraf gets a 5-second speeding in the pit lane. Quick Killer and Tanishq stay out. So do both the Mercedes. Not Sumer now. This is important to see. Where does not Sumer come out? He's quickly catching this back. And where is VFix in all this? I think not Sumer has comfortably. Oh, it's so close. But VFix in P9 and with Caesar in P10. So not Sumer. Well, he pitted a lap earlier. Has maintained the net lead of the race. But VFX and Caesar
protected his undercut very well there, and he's kept the Ferraris behind after that pit stop. I think masterclass from Sumer. I have to give it to him.
Yeah, that was very well executed, and he is behind the likes of Azun and SSN, who are not going to pit anytime soon. So he can maybe just conserve a little bit of his battery as well in all this, but he has to be careful here because VFix is just behind them. Look at Azun, he is going to come under pressure now, but does Sumer take the risk or does he stay behind? I think he's going to stay behind. It's just not worth it, and yeah, I think he will definitely stay behind. But
But
up ahead,
Sumer really
Tanishq.
should get this move so that he gets one car between him and the Ferraris, and that will at least give him a breather for a few laps
But
or
Quick
a
Killer
few
has lost a
sectors
position
looking
to
at the
Tanishq.
pace.
I think he might be losing another one to SSN. Let's hope they don't run into the wall. No, they don't. But Sumer is now on the back of Azun. SSN has overtaken Quick Killer. Sumer is going to overtake Azun. What can VFX do? Oh, there is a lot of battling going on. Let's hope no one comes together. Oh, that I think HVP, oh, not HVP, a Quick Killer and SSN did have some kind of a tire banging, but VFX is going to make his way through and Azun loses one more position. VFX once again did I, oh, what happened to Sumer?
And Quick Killer and Sume come together, I think, was it? Who
I
was
think it
fighting
was. Quick Killer is in the wall and he has DNF'd. And that's a safety car, so that helps the medium runners, Gaurav. But crucially, very, very crucially, not Sumer has lost a position to both the Ferraris, VFX and Caesar. And Vyom
And
gets
if
a
I'm
drive
not
through.
wrong, this time Sume really doesn't have an end plate.
Oh, yeah, Sumer does not have an end plate, so he will have to pit now. He can pit for the softs, I believe, but that has really put a dent into his championship hopes. Well, it's very early to say. It's still the second race of 11, but that has not gone according to plan. And drivers who were teammates last season, Gaurav, it seems like they came together in the very next season after just a couple of races into the new season. Let's see what Sumer does. HEP is still further behind, and HEP has joined the session. I think he's still in the session, so that will give him some opportunity to bounce back. Let's see what Sumer does. Does he pit? And I'm very sure the likes of Jin will be pitting.
I don't know what happened between the two, but the difference in the driver's braking points or something, did Sume run into the back and then he lost his car to the wall? I don't know, I'm just guessing what happened, but very strange. Or did Quick Killer just lose it on the exit? We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll know soon enough. Tanishq, by the way, is now leading the race on the hard tires. Shadow Sword stays out on his mediums. That's expected. Jin and Ashwin out in P6 and P7. So look out for the likes of Jin, Ashwin, SSN, Noobshan, all on fresh tires. Vyom, very, very unfortunate for him. He has a drive-through, so he'll have to solve that after the safety car comes in, and it brings HVP right back into the race.
Yep, unfortunate with the disconnection, especially the timing of the disconnection when the safety car just went off. All the cars are together. But let's hope he gets a few positions back and gets some points through.
Yeah, let's hope so. And well, that's the second safety car in what is it, 12 laps, 14 laps, and yeah, that gives us some kind of a break from all the action we are seeing, especially midfield. There was just 5 cars back to back within a second of each other, and the likes of SSN and Hushrav and Azun and TBK and Shadow Sword Epic Brothers providing some brilliant racing action. That is going to resume in maybe a couple of laps. I don't think the safety car will be in this lap. We have seen that earlier as well, even though the field has bunched up. So we might all have to wait for one more lap before we see green flag running.
And TBK has got a train of softer tire compounds and fresher, softer tire compounds behind him. Well, so it's just going to be interesting to see how we know he's got the pace, and he made a few moves on those hard tires as well. So he's definitely getting the best out of his tires. But drivers behind him, VFX, Caesar, Epic Brothers, who've been on a race of their own, especially in the first half. So very tough, and I mean I'm just on my toes the entire time, my love.
Yeah, it has been a very, very interesting race and nail-biting race to witness so far. And the difference in the tire compounds will definitely play a part, but we have seen here that overtaking is slightly difficult than people would expect because of the nature of the circuit. Very, very high speed or medium speed corners where it's not very easy to stay behind or keep a certain gap to the car ahead. So let's see. Oh, Vyom has retired from the session. Where is that? Oh, he's crashed out.
Oh, did he? Oh, that's
Vyom
at
has
turn
crashed
one.
out.
No,
Yeah,
no.
that's
That's
what
at the
turn.
S's at the. Oh my God,
Yeah, that's
that's
the
not the
second ship.
best of sights to see.
Yeah, and coming back to your point on TBK defending from the likes of Caesar and VFX and Epic Brothers on the mediums, so with Shadow Sword. So that is, yeah. Let's see how he copes with this challenge. He's on 11 lap old hards. It's very difficult for me to understand why he did not pit. I understand his favoring track position, but I mean, his laps will be. I mean, his tires will be 21 laps old by the end of the race. Is that
Yep.
a risk worth taking? I'm not entirely sure, but we'll know in a few laps.
Yep, but
As
sometimes the drivers have their own way of, playing out the tires. And I mean, it's as much as it is difficult, so difficult to, especially behind the safety car, the tires get so cold. Hard tires. He would have a trick up his sleeve for us to show.
yeah, he would be losing a lot of temperature in those hard tires as Sonic Hawk shows support for his teammate Ashwin Lakhwani, who's in P7. And yeah, Sonic, it's been a real shame that you couldn't join us tonight. We still have a slot for you, but unfortunately was not to be, and we don't want to be used to not seeing one McLaren race every weekend, but unfortunately that's the thing. I think he's gone. I think that once again, it's a brilliant restart. And oh my god, why is Epic Brothers still? Is Ferrari going to? What is Ferrari going to do? I think they're going to stay put where they are. But TBK has got them napping a little bit, and the safety car has speeded into the pits, and we are green again, Gaurav.
And that's a safety car restart on point by TVK. 9 tenths from Refix and Caesar, so definitely got them napping big time.
That he did, and Epic Brothers also got caught up in that. Was weaving his tires at the exit of the final corner, probably trying to get some temperature in, but at the same time he lost a lot of time. Let's see what Jin and Ashwin are going to do. Ashwin is down the inside of Jin, and Ashwin with the smallest of the gaps makes it work. My god, Ashwin Lakhwani,
I
what
think
has
that's
he
his
had?
favorite corner to be.
Yeah, the bank corner, he absolutely loves it. And oh my god, that just gave me some goosebumps. That overtake, that was so much. I mean the bravery itself to go for that move where there was the space which was there was not a lot, but he has made it move into P3 now. Ashwin, the lead runner on the soft tires, Gaurav, he could be a real threat to everyone in front of him, and I mean everyone, considering the form he has shown tonight.
Indeed, and he is the man on a mission, right? He's just showed us. He's look at the way he's relentless behind Shadow Sword and eventually wants that position. Wow, this is a great sight to see.
Is catching Shadow Sword every corner, but then has to lose a few tenths or few hundreds here or there because of the nature of the track. There's a yellow flag, not Sumer. Does he have a moment somewhere? I'm not sure. I think he's got a 3-second time penalty as well to go with it. And Epic Brothers has just not been able to catch up to Caesar, and that is why this train is forming behind him. And let's see what the front three do now. Caesar is hanging back. He's not really attacking his teammate and doesn't probably want to get involved in the fight for the lead just yet. So I think Tanishq has a big task on his hand, especially because DRS will be enabled at the end of this lap. Ashwin Lakhwani is going for a move. He is using his battery to full effect, but moves out of it now. He knows that he doesn't probably have enough overspeed. Epic Brothers defending the inside. Is Ashwin going to go for a move down the inside? Yes, he is, and will get superior traction out of the corner because of his tires. Although Shadow Sword gets a good traction as well. Epic Brothers peels into the pits, and Ashwin, Lakhwani, and Shadow Sword drag race to the first braking zone. And Ashwin might just about get it. Yes, he does. What a legend!
This lovely move
what
by
a
Ashwin.
move! This is the Ashwin we have known since season 1. Up into P4. Next up is the triple world champion. Well, I say world champion, but triple champion Caesar. Let's see what this battle is going to be.
Caesar goes just a bit wide down those S's, I think. Probably.
And Ashwin already is in DRS.
Yeah. What I say, Malab.
Yeah, just a few corners, I guess, until Ashwin closes up to Caesar, and maybe on the main straight, Ashwin might fancy a move here. So might VFix, because this is the first lap after the safety car restart where DRS has been enabled. So this should be an overtake opportunity for the likes of Ashwin and VFix. But in fact, VFix has already overtaken Tarish. We missed that, Gaurav. VFix is already in the lead, and now he has to come. He has to run away now, because if he knows now, he knows that VFix is going to come for it. But Jin and Shadow Sword are going side by side. Jin on the inside, Shadow Sword give him just about enough space, and that's Jin up to P5. What does Ashwin do? Ashwin, look at the overspeed. Look at the... Oh my god, that's the fastest lap from Ashwin as well. While he makes the overtake, what happens behind Shadow Sword and Kavudi are going side by side, and Shadow Sword will lose out on that one. He is down into P7 now, and he will be eaten alive by these medium runners. Yeah, last of the medium runners indeed. So that's Ashwin into P3 now. What does Sumer have to say?
Tanish doing a good job hanging behind VFix.
Yeah, he's 4/10, so he's keeping VFix honest, and he might give VFix a bit of a headache as well if VFix is not careful, because it's so powerful, the slipstream and DRS on this track, because the long straights around Jeddah, and as such it won't be an easy job for VFix to run away with this win. 6 laps to go.
Yep, I think Tanish running a click lower downforce than VFix, or was it just a difference of speed that I could notice there? But Tanish doing a great job on those hards and getting the maximum out of them.
Let's see what Ethan does versus Hushrav. Ethan down the inside of Hushrav.
Caesar under pressure from Jin.
Yes, Caesar is under pressure from Jin. Ethan and Hushrav are absolutely side by side going through the first corner of the bank wheels. Caesar is getting overtaken by Jin. I think they're still battling.
Oh, and there's contact.
Oh, Jin is round. Jin is round. I just saw that. And wow, Ashwin within DRS of Tanishq now. That is unfortunate for Jin. I did not really catch that on the stream, what happened with him and Caesar. But now it is Kavudi on the back of Caesar. So Caesar is losing some time and some pace here. And what does VFix do here, Gaurav? He knows Ashwin is coming. Ashwin is absolutely charging through the field. And if he can keep... Oh, Caesar, what happened there?
Sorry, Manav. Tanish he just disregarded that corner like anything over there. I just saw that. Sorry.
Then catch that on the stream. But what does VFix do here? Because if VFix keeps Tanishq in his DRS, VFix might have a chance at the win here. But Caesar is going to lose one more position to Kavudi. Kavudi up into P4. Good race from him. And Caesar into P5, and now the threat kind of diminishes, because behind him is just Shadow Sword, who is on the same set of tires. Does Ethan face a threat from Hushrav? I don't think so. Tanishq and VFix are going at it. And
whoa.
Is Tanishq round? No, he's not. But Tanishq
Meanwhile,
is
Ashwin
not
thinks
letting
of
this go.
leveraging this, and he's just the top three are just. I mean, they're just bumper to bumper going there.
Yeah, and if they're not careful, I think they're already within DRS. So top five, 4 laps to go, Gaurav. Top five, Jin has retired in the pits. That is unfortunate, but top five are within DRS of each other. Wow,
I
what
mean,
a race we have had
Caesar
so
would be
far.
hoping those softs go on. I mean, they just diminish in the last couple of laps so that he can try get a couple of positions back.
Yeah, absolutely, but how is Tanish this fast? I'll never know. On the hard tires, 17-lap-old hards versus 8-lap-old mediums, and he's giving VFix a run for his money.
Yep. And to answer your question, Malav, that you asked, probably Ashwin has a bigger task at hand to get past Tanish the way he's driving, and then look for VFix. VFix would be more worried, and I think, is Tanish lining up? Is he lining up a move for VFix?
I think knowing Tanish, he would definitely go for one move. Look at the battery he's using. He's going to go for a move. VFX will have to give him space, and Tanish takes the lead of the race with 3 laps to go after this one.
Wow. Great driving from Tanish there.
Who would have thought? I absolutely wrote him off. I thought he had no chance, Tanish, because of the tires he is on. Husrav overtakes Ethan for P7, and while absolute mad respect for Tanishq, he is doing an impeccable job in that Aston Martin.
Mega drive from him on those hardest compound of tires.
Yeah, so VFix is back in P2 now, and he has a very fast Ashwin Lakhwani who's chasing him. So Ashwin now can see the win in his sights, but he has to be careful here. He still has time, does not need to take any unnecessary risks. Ethan gets overtaken by Sumer as well, so Sumer is climbing up the field after that unfortunate incident with Quick Killer. And what does VFix do here? Does Ashwin focus on the exit now? But VFX is going to go for it, does not want to wait around. VFX takes the lead, and is Ashwin going to go for it? Oh, he had to move a little bit under the braking because
wings clipping around. I don't know if that was. I hope there is no damage to any of them.
Yeah, here goes Tanishq. And here goes Ashwin as well. Ashwin is using his battery. He has a lot of overspeed and stays behind. But does he go for a move around the outside of VFX? Oh, let's hope that there's no contact, and there is none. And Ashwin might just have it. Ashwin might just take P2. He will have the better line through that corner, and he has P2. Ashwin Lakhwani into P2, and now he has to catch up to Tanishq, who has had a gap of more than 1 second to the other car. So Tanishq has to now hold on for dear life and hope that Ashwin Lakhwani's McLaren cannot get within 1 second, although that's a task easier said than done. Not Sumer is losing position, so he has had an incident so far. And now what can VFX do? Ashwin has to
knows that. Can we give the penalties out, or are we allowed to show the penalties?
Yeah, absolutely. We are allowed to show the penalties. There you go. Kavodi with 6 seconds, Caesar with 3, and Ethan with 8, and Ashwin is in DRS of Tanishq once again. So that is good news for him. Not Sumer is losing 1 more position to Nishan. So I'm pretty sure Sumer has some kind of damage because he lost 3 positions in one go, and then 1 more to Nishan. So that's him down in P10 for the last season's champion. Let's see what Ashwin does. He has 2 laps to go. He is going to close up on Tanishq. He doesn't have a lot of battery left, but does that scare him? No, it does not. He's going to go down the inside, and Tanishq is going to go take a different line through that corner, but Ashwin has taken the lead. 2 laps to go, including this one. McLaren has in the lead, and he has all the support from his teammate Sonic Hawk in the comment section. And let's see what the likes of Kavodi and VFix can do versus Tanishq.
Wow, what this has been a scintillating, I mean, a just fascinating drive from Ashwin, and Tanish for that matter. I mean, it's difficult to pick out a driver of the day.
Yeah, that will be a very, very tough job to do. Further behind, Zoon is probably lining up a move on Sumer, but there is absolutely no way we can get away from this battle because it's for the lead of the race. Kavudi is slightly falling back. VFix has still not given up, and you know what? Tanishq has not given up either. So Tanishq,
Either.
don't really. Oh, Tanish has a bit of a moment, and that gives VFix a hell of a chance. And he's going to go for it. He has the DRS open, he has the wing open, but both of them gaining on Ashwin Lakhwani. Ashwin Lakhwani is completely devoted to the inside line. Tanish takes the lead of the race. Can Ashwin get pinched on the apex? He has as soon as retired on the session, and oh, this is going to be a drag race down the line. VFix has taken the inside line. Oh, what's going to? Oh, this is going to be 3 wide. Is it going to be 3 wide? Ashwin has the inside line, and VFX tries to go around the outside, and Ashwin still has the inside line for the next corner. And I think that is Ashwin still in the lead. Tanishq into P through.
The top two
Oh
runners,
my
the battery
god,
is flashing now.
this is the last lap and they're fighting as if it's the last lap of the ride. Oh, Ethan gets a 3 second, Kavudi gets a 3 second, Tanish gets a 3 second, which brings Caesar. No, it does not bring him on the podium, but VFX, you know what, he is in prime position to win this, by the way, because he will have DRS on Ashwin. Now let's see what Ashwin can do. Let's see if he has enough battery to defend from VFix. It is going to be so close, and it seems like VFix might just have enough time and opportunity
Is this a
to take.
Bottas or Ocon situation? Sorry to cut you off there, Manav.
Yeah, it's fine. Ashwin has his red light flashing, and he is absolutely under pressure. I think VFix might just about have it, and he's going to go for a move here. Ashwin has the inside line. Both of them going side by side. VFix has the lead of the race. Oh, Tanishq P. Kiran out of nowhere there. Can Ashwin focus on the exit? No, he cannot, because so Tanishq is going to finish in P1, but VFX is going to win the race. Ashwin in P2, Caesar in P3, Kavudi Caesar P4 in fact. Hushrav finishes P5, Shadow Sword in P6.
Wow.
And Nishan finishes P8 once again. Ethan in P9. Sumer rounds up the top 10. HVP will finish P11, followed by Epic Brothers and Assistant. Everyone, all finishers will get points. But what was that on the last lap? I think that was a bit aggressive from Tanish there. The way he just charged through in between VFX and Ashwin. But what entertainment. What brilliant racing we have seen. I'm just lost for words non-stop. That was something else.
What a race! What a race! I mean, it was. What a great show of racing! I think just boiling down to the last lap, I have enjoyed every bit of it. It was
Yeah,
so
last
fun to
corner in
commentate.
fact. VFX winning this one, and yeah, he probably was in the best position as well coming into the last lap, just a few tenths behind Ashwin with DRS. Both of them had equal amount of batteries, but that is the race results in front of you. Gaurav, if you can invite our top 3 into the party chat, so I can have a conversation with them. But VFX winning that by 1/10. Ashwin Lakhwani in P2, Tanishq with his time penalties finishes P3, Caesar P4, Hushrav on his first race of the season with IRL in P5, Shadow Sword with a good solid result P6, Kavudi, Nishan, Ethan and HUP. That was unfortunate for HUP, but still gets the fastest lap running out the top 10. Epic Brothers and SSN are the last of the finishers. Sumer finishes a lap down apparently. I'm not sure how that's possible. Zoon retiring in P14. Jin retired on the track. No, that was on in the pit lane. Sorry. Vyom, Quick Killer, and Thinking Ned. So that is the 18 drivers who participated. And wow, I absolutely need a breather after that one.
Malav, you might have to invite VFix because I don't know which one is his. Last time also, that's what happened. I'm going to
You can just
invite.
type in his PSN and you can invite him to the party.
Yeah, I think cannot add players because of their settings, so I think you'll have to give
Oh,
it a
okay.
shot.
Right. Let's do that. Have you invited Ashwin and TBK meanwhile?
Yeah, I've added that.
Okay. So apologies for the blue screen, everyone. Just give us a moment. We will quickly invite the people who are finishing in the top three to the party, and we'll get this started. All right, Tanishq is here. I've invited VFix as well. Sorry, and Ashwin is here as well. Right, so let's get started. VFix will, I'm sure, will join in a few seconds. Tanishq and Ashwin, first of all, have a glass of water. Just take some, take a breath if you need to after that hectic race. But also, more importantly, ensure that your audio sharing is on so that people can hear you on the stream. We'll start with Tanishq. Tanishq, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
All right, Tanishq. We were, in fact, I was absolutely doubting your decision to stay out on hards after the safety car because it is a huge pace difference between the hards and the mediums or the softs. So just take us through your decision making during the safety car that you decided to stay out and favor track position, and just
Okay.
take us through the battle as well because that was some really good battling between you, VFix, and Ashwin.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thank you. So basically, I started on the mediums, and then I think in lap 3 or 4, I really wanted to get to thinking made my teammate, but then he was lagging a lot. But then he crashed into me. And then I was like, oh, my race is done. And then I'm just like, okay, fuck it, let's just on hard because I've never done the hard, so I'm better at speedrun. But then I think I just went just came from my teammate crashing into me. But then I went on to the hards, and then as soon as I came out of the pit, I was checking how like as soon as like turn 3 and 4 how the car was behaving. It was actually behaving pretty well. So then I tried to promote temperature in it. It was actually working a treat for me, and then my setup was really great as well. So I keep going and on. And I picked one by one, and then the safety I think came at the right time, and the restart, the restart was good. And then yeah, I mean, I don't even know how I got that 3 second time penalty. It didn't even come up on my screen. And then the last turn I see, I have a 3 second time penalty. So yeah, it was GG. I mean, I think we're fixing the Ashwin. I pumped the others, but then I had like 40% left on the last lap. I just came through in the middle. It was really good taking by both of them.
Right,
Uh,
Gaurav, any questions for
Malav, you might
Tanishq?
have to, or before any questions, I think Malav, you might have to, Tanish, you'll have to check your audio sharing settings, and Malav, you might have to summarize for the rest, for our viewers here.
Oh shit.
Oh, can people not hear him on the screen, on the stream? Guys,
I'm,
can someone confirm?
I'm not sure.
I'm really sorry. I'm on my iPad. I don't have earphones right now.
Well,
Yeah, I can just switch it on right now if you want. Hold on.
I'm still waiting for a confirmation. Right, we will come back to you, Tanishq. Let's move on to Ashwin. Gaurav, you want to start with your question?
to Ashwin, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Ashwin, man, I was rooting for you to finish to the podium, and you really got the McLaren dream for this championship alive again. So, mega drive from you. So, run us through your race. What were you feeling like when you had that damage in just at lap one, and how did you retune yourself, and get back in the game?
Yeah, I mean, lap one was quite weird. I was just trying to make way for someone on the left in the fast right hand under the bridge, and somehow I just ended up tapping the wall on the right and on the left. So my front wing was gone, but I knew that Jeddah would have at least a couple of safety cars planned. So I pit onto the mediums, hoping that I'll be able to stretch it out and then put on the softs at the end. So that worked out. I mean, I just tried to push through the field as quickly as possible and as cleanly as possible because corner cutting is just, it's so easy here. So I mean, I only got one warning in the end during the last few laps while we were battling wheel to wheel. So I think in that sense, I'm just happy. I wasn't expecting myself to have this much race pace considering how bad I was in quali, but yeah.
Indeed, I think that you looked like a guy on a mission. The way you were charging up through the field, I think you just got your confidence back. Especially that second sector left hairpin. I think that was one of your favorite corners. If I could see that from the stream, making a lot of moves. Yeah, great race. Congratulations on that great podium.
Yeah, Ashwin, just one question from me. What did you have for breakfast this morning? And porridge does not count.
I actually didn't have breakfast this morning.
Right, so that's the secret for everyone who's watching. But yeah, insane pace, Ashwin. First of all, that incident on lap one, which is why you had to pit, and you were back in the race since the safety car, and both the safety cars, I think you absolutely nailed the first few laps at the restart, picking up places left, right, and center, and that left-handed bank corner which Gaurav mentioned. That seemed like an absolutely favorite place for you to overtake, especially the overtake on Jin. I would really like to see that on board because
Yeah,
I'm not sure there was enough space, and you somehow squeezed your car through. That was just enough space for you, and you made it through. But yeah, that's some really good race pace shown by you. We're so close, just 1/10 you've beaten to the line by VFX. But yeah, great race overall. And
I have a
yeah.
question for Ashwin. I reckon
Yes,
he
TBK,
was
you'll have to be a
behind
little bit louder because people can hear you,
yeah.
but just about.
Can you hear me now? Probably.
Yeah, we can hear
I
you, but
can.
you have to be a little bit louder. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I have a question for Ashwin. I think he was behind me with, when I saw the hype. And then as soon as safety cars, then after 4 5 laps, he's already on the stop. So I was like, oh, how did this guy even come? But then him pushing me on the stop was really, it really helped me to pick my car as well. But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say congrats to Vifix first of all. I mean, he deserved the win for sure. And I mean, the last 3 4 laps where I was just trying to catch these guys ahead was, I honestly didn't expect myself to be fighting for P1, but it sucks to lose out by 1/10. I'm just kind of mad at myself that I didn't play it smarter at the end or save more ERS, but considering how many overtakes I had to do along the way, I couldn't save too much more. So yeah, just congrats to VFX and Pranesh as well.
Yep, congratulations to VFX indeed. And coming to the Ferrari driver, VFX first race win of the season. And just talk us through your race, your qualifying, and also that first lap overtake on HVP. How crucial do you think that was for your race to be in the mix with Caesar and Sumer in the first few laps in the first stint?
Yeah, qualifying. I think qualifying sucked for pretty much everyone. For some reason, there's like zero grip on this track today. Because even like people I've seen do laps that are like half a second faster than what pole actually was. Nobody was able to hook a lap. The track had like zero grip. It was so greasy. And yeah, but I was just pushing too much on my last flying lap in qualifying. Because I thought everyone would improve by a lot. And just took an unnecessary risk. I would have gone pole or would have been close to seize this time. So denied the dream of the Ferrari 1-2 there through my stupidity. But yeah, the race had to get HVP off the launch because he was the odd man out, so to speak, because he was the only independent driver who was not driving a Williams or a Ferrari in the top 5. So yeah, that was a crucial one. And then yeah, just race management and stuff with Caesar. And then I don't know what happened to Sumer. I mean, I saw it. I have a very I can describe what happened, but I still don't know how it happened. So I'm just not going to comment on that incident. But luckily for me, I was able to duck out of the way of his car in the required time. And then at the end, I suggested to Caesar should be pit for softs because there's like 10 laps left. Softs can easily make it, but chose to prioritize track position, which I think was the wrong call at the end of the day because I think if I'd pit, I'd have still come out ahead or just behind Ashwin on softs. But yeah, the way TPK was driving, he might have run away with it then. So I don't really know. But yeah, at the end of the day, he won. Finally, this time I lost that battle where my car is completely solid for the
facing the
100% roll.
facing the right
Yes.
way.
But
But yeah, VFX
yeah,
coming back to
every
that battle. Yeah, go on, finish. Sorry.
yeah, well, no, speaking on that battle, every time, the last 5 laps, I just had to do maths to understand how much ERS both these guys had and where I would need to be on track. Because Slipstream is so OP here that what tire you're on literally doesn't matter. So you just have to be second on the last lap, and everything I did in the last 5 laps was basically a way to ensure that I was second on that last lap.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that you were in prime position to win that one because second on the last lap, which meant you had DRS on the back straights. But very surprised was TBK's pace on hard surprising VFX because he was challenging you for that lead of the race and did overtake you I think at least once or twice. Was that surprising? Because definitely surprising for us. But I want to know what you were feeling in the while driving in the car and battling him for the position.
Yeah, definitely. Man was a straight up rocket today. But yeah, I was pushing my absolute heart out especially the last 3 or 4 laps. Before that, I was just like trying to do some calculations with when Ashwin is gonna catch up because I didn't want to fight so much with TPK that I absolutely burned out my tires or get TPK out of my DRS range. Otherwise, Ashwin would have just easily passed him, and then in a couple of laps, he would have just easily passed me. So keeping everyone in a train was to the best of everyone of my interest, and that's what ended up working out in the end.
All right, Gaurav, any questions for our race winner?
No, I think he summarized his race and his entire team debrief very well. But I think great race from you, VFX. I think right from qualifying to the race and showing the race pace and definitely the race management you talked about. But sometimes the decisions don't work out the best, but I think you made the most out of whatever decision you made. So congratulations on that.
Yeah, thanks, and once again, welcome back to this podium party, Ashwin, and it's always good to see TPK here. So, cheers, guys.
Yeah, I'm TBK as well. I mean, great drive from you. I think from an ERS management perspective as well, and overall tire management, you truly drove the heart out of that car and great drive.
Yeah, brilliant battling and brilliant racing from all three of you and the rest of the field as well, I must say. Noah will be disappointed that Caesar actually finished the race, but I think we can live with Noah's disappointment because he's going to win tomorrow in F2. So do tune in for that. We have an F2 race tomorrow. I'm not really sure of the track. I think one of you can tell me if you know. China. Oh,
China
so
as well.
Noah,
It's
China.
Can you just invite him with a party chat to take his interview now so we don't have to...
Yeah, so Noah in China, I think he'll be lapping everyone, including P2.
I
but
think
yeah,
if Noah doesn't lap the field, he should be docked all championship points.
yeah, he might end up winning the championship even after we dock the all championship points halfway through the season. But yeah, with that being said, thank you everyone for watching. It's been one of the best races I've commentated on actually since I've started this with IRL. So thank you for. Thank you everyone for that, and yeah, congratulations to the podium getters once again. It's been great fun to witness you. Thanks Gaurav for joining in the comments box. I'll give my throat some rest now. Goodbye and good night, and we'll see you tomorrow at 9:45 for the F2 race in China.
Cheers.